gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Perfect Score 2021. We've been working on Perfect Score for 3 years, and every year we bridge the gap between raw talent and a career in the music industry. And from this conference, you can expect performances from the Press Star artists and masterclasses from Education and Bass. And we're going to get into conversation with Leicester's very own Jafro and Kamikaze. So what are we waiting for?
I first heard about this project, I just googled it on the internet, music in Leicester, and then I found it out through the Leicester City Council website. I enjoy this project because I get to express myself. The staff are really friendly, first and foremost, because they're quite young as well, so you can get on with them. Music is a way of expressing yourself. Also, it's also like a medicine. It helps. It really helps. Even if you're having a bad day, you can write a sad song and you can express yourself and you've let it out, rather than internalizing it and where it becomes more of a problem. Music is the go-to.
We're going to get into the first of these Press Start performances, starting off with Aaliyah Essence, Aaliyah Ahmed and AX with AAA. Stay charged.
Why'd you have to go and break my heart? Honey, why you treating me so wrong? I don't wanna hear talking. Don't talk on me when you hurt me first. Would you look at me the same if I treated you the same? No, I'm done playing your games. You walk away with your black soul. I ain't the same girl I used to be. You ain't ready for the new me. I won't hold myself back no more. I'll make you feel what you've done. I'll make you see that you don't ever leave me hurt. I ain't the one to play with, no. I guess I gotta calm now, but it hurts you let me down. Should've listened to how they all told me about you. But I'm sure I can live without you.
Baby, I love you, know that now for that. Tryna explain and you tryna tell her, baby, look. You know I'm about to explain it. I don't want no arguments, so the stuff is just draining. You be knocking different, baby, what is we saying? Ain't tryna fight, I'm just making a statement. Baby, you ain't got a replacement. I wanna see you cause I'm feeling impatient. I don't think I can escape this, cause girl, you messing my brain, yeah, oh. Why don't you believe me for once? I was really ready for whatever to come, yeah. Why did you leave me like that, though? Girl, you know you're something special. Why did you let go? I thought that me and you were settled. Well, I guess no.
We'll start with Jafro just because you was here first. How did you get into the music business?
College is really when I started to kind of like study and understand how things like kind of got put together, if you get what I mean. Before going college, I didn't know what reverb was. Without that college experience there, I don't know if like I'd know half the stuff I know now. So yeah.
Could you explain to us like the way you go about putting your music out?
Before I even think about going near a studio, I know the song off by heart. I know exactly how I want it to sound. And that's not to say that that's the best way to do it. That's just because I can't waste time in the studio. I might be there for 4 hours and I need to do 8 songs. A lot of it is through groundwork that you've done yourself. So the amount of sets and interviews that I've done for people when they were small. I went on that guy's show just because I liked what he did, or her show, or whoever. But you build those connections, and over years you will grow alongside them. Someone who was that back then is now this. And you were there at that time, and now he can put you there. Do you know what I mean? So building genuine connections with people who you actually, well, to be honest, actually like is important, because if you work with people you don't like, it's gonna fall down at some point. The thing that I'm pretty sure that I used and then told Jafro to use is any radio stations that you like, any radio presenters that you like, any blogs, any shows, anything like that that you're interested in and you're a fan of personally, go on their Twitter and it will have an email in their bio that says send music to. and you send your music to them, and you build up a mailing list of people.
Why is it important to push out the freestyles as much as singles and albums?
Like, I think firstly, it keeps the fun there. Like, bruv, don't do music or just don't do anything, period, if you ain't having fun, unless you have to do it. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't think insurance is fun, but paying my bills is fun. Do you know what I mean? Having a bit of money is fun, so I can do my other stuff, you get me? So that's the fun part, so that's why I do it. Another reason is, bruv, it's just like a nice physical sort of way to just get out there. It's like a status update. It's like a, yo, this is what I'm saying kind of thing. And just, do you know what I mean? Just put something out there for people to listen to, and that it may not necessarily need a tune at the time, but it might need a little something. It's a good piece of content to just push out there, just keep it up. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, for me, freestyle's mad important, bro. Like, I love them.
When I started being an MC, that was all that there was. Like, that's all that I had. I didn't have studio. I didn't have people listening outside of my friendship circle. It was just us spitting bars over a beat, and then you passed the mic round. No, you didn't even pass a mic because you didn't have a mic. You just passed.
Facts, bro.
The BlackBerry.
You passed the BlackBerry, bro.
you just spit next. It is basically the rawest form of rap that people still openly and regularly take in. It's like me saying, like Japro said, a status update. This is what I'm on. This is how good I am at spitting. I don't need auto-tune. I don't need a chorus. I don't need effects. Yeah. I don't need video effects or anything. This is me spitting bars. This is how good I am.
How important has social media been in your climb?
It's not solely the thing that I'm relying on. As what I'm relying on really is the music content itself. Like, the music for me is always going to be like priority number one. I think it's important to let people know who I am, but it's also important for me to have control of that. I'm giving you enough content, and this is the Japper I need you to see and want you to see. The rest is me, that's personal, that's my life. It's good to make sure that your presence is there. Just don't rely on it. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't rely on it.
Know yourself before you let other people know who you are.
Facts.
Be comfortable with who you are, and don't get to a point where, or don't ever let anyone take you to a point where you question who you are or manipulate who you are. Secondly, don't leave your talent in the hands of people who have no talent. I had management before, and they just didn't share the same vision for what I wanted to achieve as I did. And I left my talent in their hands for too long, and it became a bit stagnant. Finally, life is short and the world is small. So I would just say never set the bar too low, and never think somewhere that you want to be is out of reach.
Aim big, because you can surprise yourself. Like, you can definitely surprise yourself. So like, yeah, aim big, bro. Like, definitely.
You yourself as an artist, you bring something to the table that no one else could ever do. You are way more relatable to people the more honest you are and the more of yourself you show. So no, ask why me, ask why not me. So yeah, so just being who you are is the most integral part of being a good artist for me personally.
Thank you so much for sticking with us and doing that for us, man. That was sick. Some serious insight there.
Yeah, man.
I heard about pedestrian during my first year of college. It counted as work experience doing this. Even though this isn't as work experience anymore, I just absolutely loved the place. They helped me write my music. We performed at the Curve during the past couple of years. This is the third year I'm here. It's a really friendly place as well. It's really nice. I always look forward to coming here every week. I'm able to network better, so that's great, because pedestrian have ties to other loads of other people in the music industry. This year I'm moving out of my comfort zone. I've written some bars, I've done some rapping in the other room, and I've been suggested to write some guitar parts while I've got the guitar over here. It's honestly been great. I love this place.
Ladies and gentlemen, up next we got another one of the Press Start performers. We have Sly, Esther and Usman with their song Cheat Codes. They're winning the game with this one.
Select player, then go beat.
Performers, we have
cheat codes. Select player, then go beast mode. Real players don't use cheat codes. Allow your views, allow your likes, just your skills. When touch mic, enter players 1, round 1, then fight. Select player, then go beast mode. Real players don't use cheat codes. Select player, then go beast mode. Real players don't use cheat codes. Lie your views, lie your likes, just your skills. When touch mic, enter players one, tag team round, now fight. Champion Luke can step to me, no flaws, that's flawless victory. Fatality, brutality, don't cut me off brutality. Get over here when I pull up the beat. Rival enemies, we just defeat. Spin kick, smoke trick, raise on streets. Punchlines break through blocks concrete.
Got Benocle rage, clocking each stage. The time I go trippy when I hit the place. Not even a race, I move so quick like Chun-Li flex with a lightning kick. Pow pow, E-Honda, step up the beat. Move through levels with sonic feet. No feet, all I take is wins. Jackpot when the slot machine spins.
Select player, then go beast mode. Real players don't use cheat codes. Select player, then go beast mode. Real players don't use cheat codes. Lie your views, lie your likes, just your skills. When touch mic, enter player 2, round 2, now fight.
Power, I don't need power, no. Fame, I don't need fame, no. Money, I don't need money, no. I just wanna be real, not be around in fake views. Climb the food chain in legitimate ways. I don't wanna be seen in the same right way. You see me go solo cause I play my own way. Cause it's not like I need your cheat codes anyway.
Select player, then go beast mode. Real players don't use cheat codes. Select player, then go beast mode. Real players don't use cheat codes. Lie your views, lie your likes, just your skills. When touch mic, enter final players, final round, now fight.
Destruct the beat, so Ragnarok. Electric flow like the thunder god. Thor or Elder God Raiden. Spit on the beat, leave the clouds all shaking, quaking. Now that I've awakened, electric spit splash up, now you vacant.
Flash like lightning, call me forward, then oil on my kids of war. Fight can see me rising, meth like highs in Marvel, no surprising. Wait, pause, we win the game. Run on the beat like names you say. Shooting shot like Tory Lanes. Then top score, you'll see our names. Select player, then go beast mode. Real players don't use cheat codes. Select player, then go beast mode. Real players don't use cheat codes. Lie your views, lie your likes, just your skills. When touch mic, enter final players, final round, now fight.
Music is the best way to express myself. It just makes you a little bit more creative, like coming here, and it makes you learn about other people skills and how to work with people in the industry and stuff like that, so it's a big beneficial. It's good for exposure, and it's good as well for just kind of information about the industry that you're not actually ever told. They're so telling, all the information, like they just tell you everything, like there's no ifs or buts. They want you to do as much as you can. They can see potential and they just try and elevate that potential, so they're really caring people. What can you say about music? The best feeling, just because it just lets you be free and you can say what you want, and it's just wholesome and it just keeps you warm. It's like home.
It's cold on these streets. I beg mommy, please. It's cold on these streets. I beg mommy, please. Stay and hold me tight. People losing their lives. They all hate when you up. It's a cold-hearted love. Swear I won't be enough. I don't see no more good. I keep asking myself, am I in touch with the world? Scared to raise my own girl. Lower my son in the dirt. I can't trust the soul. They all sold their souls. Playing with morning bros, and we much for more. We tried and we tried, but they lied and they lied.
What a stone cold life that we lead. Too many knives took to hips on the streets. Not enough police in this peak. They rather start beef, harassing all the peeps of color. Can't believe that struggle that we see, that suffocating knee. It's too much for me to see. How can kids grow up being free? Now's the time to take a kneel. Shine your light until you gleam. Make it right time to reveal all the parasites that heal everything you work for your whole damn life. Never been alert, but now I switch up on the mic, and the kids that check my rhymes get a lesson or advice, and the best can go rise.
See the pain in their eyes. The streets are calling, it's time. We won't fall, we gon' fight. Stop the black on black crimes. It's cold on these streets. I beg mommy, please. Stay and hold me tight. People losing their lives. They all hate when you up. It's a cold-hearted love. Swear I won't be enough. I
I don't see no more good. I ain't following the trend, I ain't losing my mind. I see good ones that die, evil sleep, peaceful nights. I can't trust the soul, they all sold their souls. Pain with morning bros and we marched for more. We tried and we tried, but they lied and they lied. It's cold on these streets, I beg mommy please stay and hold me tight. People losing their lives.
I've been trying to get closer, angels and devils on my shoulder, picking and choosing, trying to get older, taking it slower. I've been taking it slower, cause I've been trying to get closer, angels and devils on my shoulder, picking and choosing, trying to get older, taking it slower. I've been taking it slower, yeah. I've been hustling for so long, so if you ain't got no plans, then just leave me alone. Phony behavior's just something I cannot condone. You can never take my phone, so just lower down your tone. Look, this generation needs to stop it with a trap life. Most of us ain't never seen a band or a crap life. This shit trying to steep, so much family's trying to survive. We're all the same, it's like a game, we trying to claim rights. Yeah, let's maybe think about it twice. If we break the ice, maybe there won't be meaningless fights. I'm just trying to give advice, they don't wanna hear the real, they just wanna hear some rhymes. It's 12 o'clock, I'm writing lines, bearing in mind that tomorrow I'm back to the flipping grind. I really can't stop, you don't know how badly I wanna shine. Look, you don't know how badly I wanna shine, man. You don't know how badly I wanna, cause I've been trying to get closer, angels and devils on my shoulder, picking and choosing, trying to get older, taking it slower. I've been taking it slower, cause I've been trying to get closer, angels and devils on my shoulder, picking and choosing, trying to get older, taking it slower. I've been taking it slower, yeah.
This week we're going to be looking at a session called Cutting Through the Noise, which Raf will be hosting, and then we'll open it up for questions. So it's a bit of a keynote presentation that should hopefully be engaging for you to take some notes and recognise how we can be seen, because in this day and age, you're seen before you're heard as an artist. Everybody wants to be a DJ, everybody wants to be a producer, everybody wants to be an MC and singer, and it's accessible. The tools that are out there mean that it's really easy for anybody to get to at least make music, but what else have you got that can help you cut through the noise?
So who am I? My name's Raf Dorenzo, aka Nerve. I'm also known as Demon. I had that moniker for about 7 or 8 years, and I'm also a part of a grime crew called Macabre Unit. So how do we cut through the noise, standing out from the crowd? Signature sound is something that I say sort of focus on it, but it's more just be aware of it, be conscious of what makes you stand out and what makes people enjoy what you do as an artist. Be yourself. Nobody likes fake people. You know, it's a lot harder to be someone you're not than to just be yourself. Providing value with services other than music. I recently done a mentoring session with someone who doesn't really do social media that well. You know, they said to me, look, Raf, I've got these tunes. I don't know how to sort of make my mark or cut through the noise. Do you have any advice for me? So we sat there, and it turns out that he absolutely loved creative writing. So he didn't ask their permission. He just said, look, I love your release. I've just done some creative writing around it. And that kind of worked. And people were like, you know what, this is really, really good, man. Do you mind doing the next release on the schedule for us? Yeah, sure. Going backwards and forwards a few times. Then all of a sudden, you know, the lad was like, well, I do actually make music myself, you know. Oh, sure, man, just fire it over. Boom. And now that kid's getting his music played by artists that he looks up to and admires. Along with social media presence, I think image and branding is very, very important. The way that you're sort of perceived out there is, it adds to the whole thing, like your music, the look and everything. Now, you know, not necessarily how you every day sort of dress yourself, whatever, but Let me just jump to the next slide because this is an artist that I really admire in the way that they've sort of put themselves out there in regards to branding, along with their music being really, really good and sitting alongside it. So it's a chap called Perez. So it's a drum and bass artist. And these bits of art that I've lifted, they haven't been doctored to fall in line or to work alongside each other. This is how they work. But when you see a piece of artwork from him, you know that's Perez. Falls in line with his music. It's really good for merchandising and stuff as well. I know that he does very well with his merchandise. It's almost like a separate sort of thing. As soon as you release music, you are a business. As a creative, you are a business. But there'll come a point where you get the most out of that hard work is in the business side of it. If you're writing scores that could potentially get synced to, I don't know, a program on ITV, I tell you now, you'll be paying your bills for a long time off that. Being clear and transparent when collaborating, being clear on percentages. So when you're working with people as well, I mean, be clear. Sometimes talking about money can be a bit awkward, but just lay it down.
Unfortunately, not everyone's gonna blow. And that's a reality. You should have a plan B, man. Like, shoot for the stars always, but I believe you should have a plan B. Because even if you do make it, I know so many DJs and producers that they have their day, they weren't sensible, and this goes back to what Raf was saying, they didn't know how to manage their business, they squander all their money, and their day's gone. So actually they did make it. They were pretty successful and they were flossing. They didn't handle it correctly, they didn't know anything else but that. So when it disappeared, because when you do make it, it always disappears, it will go and so will your money. Look at Mike Tyson, man. Like, how did he lose all that money, man? And like, understanding business, understanding stuff, understanding life outside of music, that could become your backup plan. And actually, that could save you from losing everything.
Be very realistic with your targets, because you're better off smashing targets that are quite humble and maybe quite easily achieved. You're better off nailing them than setting 2 or 3 audacious goals and you're just demoralised week in, week out, month in, month out because you can't reach them. And it's not that you won't reach them, but if you do it step by step and get there, you'll be hitting them goals before you know it. And last but not least, look after yourself. Everything that I've just told you is irrelevant if you're not in a good place or you're not looking after yourself. It's saying the one thing I've learned is just, it's okay not to be okay. Reach out to people, speak to people. One conversation, 1 5-minute conversation could totally change the course of your day and put you in a little bit of a better place. It's not going to fix all your problems. If problems are persisting and they're there day after day, reach out and get some extra help.
In your opinion, what makes a star? Like, what makes someone a star?
So look at Ed Sheeran, for example. Yeah. A humble guy, small guitar, 100,000 people there in the palm of his hands with his music. That kind of, to me, is a star. Someone that brings great joy to people effortlessly by just being themselves. It's an amazing thing to have as a human, to be able to do that, and something that I'm sure he didn't anticipate. He's just doing his thing.
Guys, that was excellent. I'm really, really pleased you guys came on board to deliver that info to our crew. Yes. But yeah, once again, Raf, once again, Andrew, enough respect.
Pleasure. Thank you very much for having us. It's an absolute pleasure.
I actually got her to come the first time on the first year that we entered it. I found out about it through another music promoter, and then I got her involved. So I brought her along.
This is my 3rd time now. And I just like the environment here. I like all the music leaders too. We weren't really that close, and then we kind of worked on our first track on the first time. And then from there we became a duo. Yeah, we do a lot of like duo tracks, so we just split tracks up and just mix our styles and energy and see what we come up with. Just the experience of meeting people who also do music like you and being in the music environment really helps like motivate you to do more music. And like the end showcase, which is going to be broadcasted this time because of COVID, like that's normally enjoyable because you get to like perform in front of like school kids and high school kids and really get good like crowd participation and feedback. I enjoy it and I like performing a lot, to be honest. It's a nice way for us to perform at different venues. So we performed at the Curve twice and that was big for me.
We're going to take the skills we learn as this course and incorporate into our own professional artist careers to help boost our careers, get more buzz, post things out there and just get a good name for ourselves using this course.
It's Esther.
Style all day like boom, clap.
Hey.
Boom, clap, boom, boom, clap.
Hey.
Boom, clap, boom, boom, clap.
Hey. Hey.
I'm so sick, need a doctor called Dre. Can't run DMC, so what this way? Can't imitate me, NWA. I'm rocking with Esther, style all day. Murder beat, call that Mercedes. Raised from the underground like I'm Hades. Sweet like Eminem, ain't nothing shady. Start rockin' nation like I'm Jay-Z.
And like Foxy Brown, I'll be good. Crisscross a jumping like a car hood. I'm a stereo projections,
No diggity.
That's like a so flat, I'll be high like a beat.
Buzz, buzz.
Esther the Slayer, vibing with Slough. We serving fresh flavors. Don't speak, cause you can't touch us like Tupac and Janet. It's poetic, just like
boom, clap.
Hey.
Boom, clap, boom, boom, clap.
Hey.
Boom, clap, boom, boom, clap.
Hey.
Boom, clap, check it. Old school, can you handle that? Like boom, clap.
Hey.
Boom, clap, boom, boom, clap.
Hey.
Boom, clap, boom, boom, can you handle that? Like boom, clap, check it. Old school, can you handle that? Like
ew, as if
Tryna
boom clap but miss.
But miss.
Yo, I'm swagger like bandanas, mixed veg on a platter. I'm like Reese's when I spit, leave you all dismissed. Lab in my room, I'm the real life Dexter. Bad boy bars, I'm effing the inventor.
Inventor like that to keep it bouncing like double D's. Coming with the rap flows and the sweet melodies. Dropping heavily like Fat Joe, skydiving, DMX a beat. Woof, now we rough running. Start, drop, then we open up shop. Start, drop, then we rolling up crop. Raise like smoke, going straight to the top. Earth in the fire with the flows that we drop like boom, clap.
Hey.
Boom, clap, boom, boom, clap.
Hey.
Boom, clap, boom, boom, clap.
Hey.
Boom, clap, check it. Old school, can you handle that? Like boom, clap.
Hey.
Boom, clap, boom, boom, clap.
Hey.
Boom, clap, boom, boom, clap.
Hey.
Boom, clap, check it. Old school, can you handle that? Like greatest duo since Keenan and Kel. So then don't bother Sabrina with the spell.
Kadab, now you say with the bell. No balance, we fresh as hell.
Keep it jazzy like my name.
We fresh as hell.
QG's like White Clef.
And Lauren, so ready enough. Throwing in vocals like Dua.
Flavor of an old school vibes you can catch. Sign is in the kitchen, rip it up a batch. Like hot cakes that all wanna snatch. Keep it lit, could be straight like a match.
With spiral flames, so insane sparks from a dragon. When we spit, we shooting fireballs straight from the cannon. Yeah, we swaggin', bars ain't lagging. Leave you in a chair with a seatbelt fastened like
boom, clap.
Hey.
Boom, clap, boom, boom, clap.
Hey.
Boom, clap, boom, boom, clap.
Hey.
Boom, clap, check it. Old school, can you handle that? Like boom, clap.
Hey.
Boom, clap, boom, boom, clap.
Hey.
Boom, clap, boom, boom, clap.
Hey.
Boom, clap, check it. Old school, can you handle that?
It's time for our final collaborative performance from the Press Start sessions. We have Dulzo, AX, and 11. This one's called Take This.
Diamonds drip like ice in the rain. Travel the world, talking planes in the train. Diamonds drip like ice in the rain. Travel the world, chasing fame for the pain. P-A-R-T-Y, never stop me. P-A-R-T-Y, never stop me. P-A-R-T-Y, never stop me. P-A-R-T-Y, never stop me. Diamond chains, planes, trains, changing the weather like ice in the rain. Came in the plane, still the same with the diamonds on my brain. Never could they burn me like a diamond in a fern. Never could they burn me like a diamond in a chain. Bringing that fire, bringing that flame. Diamond ice all on my neck. Coming in pairs, sweet life on deck. It's a movie, it's a movie. High school was musical, our friends act. Sunny days, she got that sauce, got the power. Up in the Mars, yeah, really be our hour. Diamonds drip like ice in the rain. Travel the world, talking planes in the train. Diamonds drip like ice in the rain. Travel the world, chasing fame for the pain. P-A-R-T-Y, never stop me. P-A-R-T-Y, never stop me. P-A-R-T-Y, never stop me. P-A-R-T-Y, never stop me.
I think it's self-explanatory. Don't get big in my territory, I stand my ground strongly. Truth be told, I've been cold cause I want a new category. Never too late, came a long way, I've got a different story. Look, is this a joke? Yesterday he wasn't known, today he is the toughest on the road. I'm not seeing any growth, all I like the world will soon be gone, so I'ma make the best out of it. I guess it can't go wrong, look. They say my music is whack. The only reason you don't like it is because I'm spitting facts. Or maybe cause I'm not lying about Cali or a bag. Or maybe cause you wanna be me so bad, but you just can't look.
Diamonds drip like ice in the rain. Travel the world, talking planes in the train. Diamonds drip like ice in the rain. Travel the world, chasing fame for the pain. P-A-R-T-Y, never start me. P-A-R-T-Y, never start me. P-A-R-T-Y, never start me. P-A-R-T.
Oh,